Mailbag time here on the Cleveland Browns Report. I'm answering questions that came in during our live show, which airs every single Wednesday afternoon. Quick reminder, click the share button down below. Help get more eyeballs on the channel so we can continue to grow. So let's get into our very first question now. Ryan Clark, do you think the Browns should sign Gabe Davis? So the Jags released the former Buffalo Bill receiver who they signed in the 2024 offseason to a 3-year, $36 million contract. He had a very disappointing 2024 campaign with the Jags. Only played in 10 games. He had less than 300 yards. He's not a burner. I think he ran like around a 4.5 something in the 40-yard dash of the combine. I just knew he was not one of the fastest guys out there. And usually around this time period, Andrew Berry, 4.5 what? 4.54. So usually around this time, Andrew Berry sniffs around Marquise Goodwin's, Jakeem Grant's, right? Guys who are vertical threats. So Davis maybe not fit that mold the best, but he still can stretch the field. He's still a good vertical threat. He just is not a speed demon in that traditional sense. But after signing Diontae Johnson, I'm thinking they're content to go with, hey, Cedric Tillman bouncing back, Jerry Jeudy, we got for sure. We know what we have in him. Diontae Johnson, and then Jamari Thrash, a day 3 pick last year out of Louisville, some other youngins. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I don't think it'd be a bad signing. I don't think the Browns are set and ready to go at wide receiver, but I'm thinking that they made their veteran receiver acquisition already with Johnson. Ben, Chop Newsboy, what's up with Shedeur? We talked about this in a video we posted on the channel already, but to summarize it, we've got Shedeur's camp throwing kind of grenades at Cleveland media and then throwing a little bit of friendly fire at the Cleveland Browns themselves for letting DeAndre Carter wear number 2, and that's Shedeur's number. Overall, I don't think those actions can be placed on Shedeur. I don't think it's fair to Shedeur, but I do think Shedeur has to recognize that the actions of people associated with him are going to reflect on him. Right or wrong, that's going to be what happens. So I think that part as a rookie needs to be cleaned up, because as a rookie, you're not supposed to be heard from. You're supposed to fly under the radar. And that's not really happening so far. Cool guy named Zone. I want Caleb Downs in 2026. Grant Delpit signed a 3-year extension. He'll be entering the final year of his contract next offseason. Would not mind adding the Ohio State safety. He is awesome. Roy from good old Germany. Will they cut one quarterback after preseason games? Could it also be Pickett? I think they look to trade first. They dealt Josh Dobbs for a 5th-round draft pick. I'm fascinated to see what comes out of this quarterback room. Like, if all guys are healthy, excluding Watson, of course, I think the Browns like Kenny Pickett more than I want them to like him. I don't, but I think they do. And I don't think they signed Flacco just to hang around for the summer. I think they view Flacco as their best opportunity to win early in the season. And I think they want Gabriel and Shedeur to, battle it out with Pickett and figure out who the next best quarterback is. And then of those 3 guys, they hope that quarterback can maybe take a leap forward in the last third of the season to show future starting potential. But if they release Shedeur Sanders, which happens to a lot of guys on roster cutdown day, and they don't get claimed and they go to the practice squad, that's a big risk you run, because another team could easily claim Shedeur. They don't have to worry about that problem right now. That's still way down the road. But I'm thinking they're going to look to trade before cut. The Entertainer. After seeing the body of work Sanders put out through his career, he may be the best investment long-term right now from the draft. Your thoughts? If I swapped out Sanders with Dillon Gabriel, wouldn't this statement be more true? Dillon Gabriel, I think, had a better collegiate career through the body of work. Right? I don't know if we can really even argue that. So, if we're going off of body of work from college, how is it not Dillon Gabriel? I think Shedeur showed plenty of good stuff, especially at Colorado, where I, evaluate him more than the competition he played at Jackson State. But if we're using that as as our cornerstone pieces for figuring out the best long-term piece, body of work, it's got to be Dillon Gabriel. Bobby Johnson, what are your thoughts on the Diontae Johnson signing? It's a no-risk signing. There's no guaranteed money assigned to his contract. So they can cut him at any point, and it costs him nothing other than time. I don't have high expectations for Johnson. He's been on 4 different teams in like 12 months. He was on the Steelers in March of last year, traded to the Panthers, then traded in season to the Baltimore Ravens, then released by the Ravens for the Houston Texans, who cut him while they were going to the playoffs. You were on 2 different teams that were playoff bound, and I don't know how you managed to screw that up so well, but you got released by both teams. Yeah, this to me does not seem like a guy I want in the locker room. If you can harness what he had in Pittsburgh for a few years, then it's an awesome signing. But no, seen this before, I don't think it ends well. Before we look at the other questions, I do want to give you guys a quick heads up that there are jerseys available over at Fanatics for the Browns rookie class. You can get a Shedeur Sanders jersey. You can get a Mason Graham jersey. They've also got Quinshon Judkins jerseys. So just use our link, chatsports.com/CLE rookies. I put that link in the comments and description of today's video. It helps support the channel. So if you don't mind and you're going to get a jersey anyway, use this link. Loverboy Charlie, do you think we are going to address the kicker position? Great question. No. I think they're going to just toss Dustin Hopkins back out there. And I think they are going to accept how bad of a year it was a season ago and that he quietly cost them a lot of games. Like that Saints game, but he was not the biggest problem they had. And they gave him a 3-year extension. And they're going to hope that he can just bounce back and pretend like the year before never happened. I'm not a big enough kicker expert to know, hey, fundamentally, where he went wrong from a technical standpoint. But Bubba Ventrone has his work cut out for him, and I'm guessing that they do not bring another kicker in. Christopher Stofire, $2 super chat. How much play time will our rookie tight end, Harold Fannin, get? Well, let's look at the Browns tight end room really quick here because he doesn't have a ton of really steep competition above him. Like he's got Njoku, but unfortunately the Chief has missed a lot of time over the last couple of seasons. So it's Blake Whiteheart and then guys we've never heard of before. So I think in a much heavier 12 personnel set, 1 running back, 2 tight ends, there's no reason why Fannin can't take over as tight end 2 ahead of Blake Whiteheart by the end of training camp. So if we look at the Browns rookie class really quickly, I'll just kind of rattle off 1 through 7 off the top of my head who gets the most snaps this year. If all guys are healthy, most snaps I think goes to number 1, Quinshon Judkins. Number 2, Mason Graham. Number 3, Carson Schlesinger. Number 4, Harold Fannin. Number 5, Dillon Gabriel. Number 5, Dylan Sampson. Wrong Dylan. Number 6, I'll go with Dillon Gabriel. Number 7, Shedeur Sanders. Chris, thank you so much for your super chat and your question. Kathy, what are we doing about the offensive line? Well, for one, Andrew Berry is not putting his foot in his mouth this offseason. He is not saying that certain guys will be back by a certain time like he did last year for Jack Conklin, Jed Wills, and DeJuan Jones. But they added some nice pieces on the interior. Tevin Jenkins was a good starter for Chicago when healthy. So if Wyatt Teller goes down with a knee injury again, or Joel Petonio's back injury flares up, and they don't love what they have in Zach Zinter, 3rd-round pick from Michigan last year, they've got Jenkins, who is a starting caliber player when healthy, but he just hasn't been available enough. So from the interior standpoint, you've got that. From the offensive tackle standpoint, who did they add? Because they added someone. His name is escaping me. They added... Cornelius Lucas. That was their first signing. There it is, yeah. So Lucas, I think, has a real shot of being a week 1 starter at left tackle. DeJuan Jones, I don't know how he's been this offseason, but if he is not taking care of his rehab and conditioning, like a lot of players with a ton of weight tend to do, not manage their weight well. I mean, there were reports last year that Jones was like 25, 30 pounds overweight. So Cornelius Lucas has been a long-time starter in the league, especially for the Washington football team, Redskins, Commanders. He is a much better swing tackle than James Hudson. Josh, you're on screen. Would Dillon Gabriel have been a first-round pick if he was 6'3" and 220? This is Nathan Segura. Yeah, I saw the Browns color commentator say that this would have been the case. No, I don't think so. Because I feel that a lot of the knocks that have come up for Gabriel sure have been rooted in size, but also have been, hey, you played 6 years of college football, and while there is plenty to admire and like about his game, a lot of the things that he excelled at, I think, came with experience in college. And that's great for your college career. Not sure if that's going to translate well to the next level. He didn't really have a ton of great physical traits. And I wonder if he got as far as he did because he was picking on guys not his age. Joshua Miller, our last question. All right, some trivia. Name the 3 NFL teams that have never picked number 1. We answered this question during our live show, so I'm not going to spoil it, but we'll put the answer in the comment section. So scroll on down, but great trivia by Josh. Let's pick a card to call it a video. What are you thinking, Reed?
10 of diamonds. Come on.
Give me the 2 of hearts. Yeah, I don't think so. It's been the day of the 5s. 5 of hearts. 5 of hearts. I think we've done 5 of clubs, spades, and hearts. Thank you all so much for watching today's episode. If you like it, click the like button on your way out, and I'll see everyone next time.